They say a man's house becomes a home only when peace lives inside it. But for Stephanie, peace was a stranger. Every morning, before the sun could rise, Michael left for work, briefcase in hand, love in his heart, but blindness in his eyes. Behind him, his mother Amara and his sister ruled the house like queens with crowns made of cruelty. They called it my son's house and my brother's house, as if Stephanie, the pregnant wife, was only a visitor. She swept, washed, cooked, belly heavy, breath shallow, while they watched her like guards at a gate. When she finished cooking, Amara would stroll into the kitchen with her daughter, lift the pot and take all the food, not a grain of rice left. And Stephanie, she will smile through tears, whispering to herself, "It's fine, maybe tomorrow will be different." But tomorrow was never different. The insults came like clockwork, sharp, careless words cutting deeper than knives. And when she tried to tell Michael, he would sigh, "You just don't understand them. You will get used to it." Each time she spoke, he loved his mother louder and listened to his wife less, until one day something in Stephanie broke. That morning, she whispered to herself, "I cannot be a slave in my husband's house. Nobody will use me again." She cleaned the house, washed the dishes, cooked, but this time she dished a small portion of food just for herself. She sat quietly to eat when Amara and her daughter walked in. "Where is our food?" She kept silent. "We are talking to you." Still silent. Then she said softly, "If you are hungry, you know the way to the kitchen." Their faces twisted with rage. Amara shouted, "If we don't eat, then no one will eat." Just as she grabbed Stephanie's plate and poured the food on the floor, the door creaked open. Michael stood there. He had returned home to pick up a forgotten file and instead found the truth he refused to see. Silence filled the room. Stephanie froze. Amara and her daughter gasped, trying to smile, trying to twist the story. "My son, it's not what you think." But he said nothing. He just walked past them, straight into his mother's room, and began packing their bags. His voice shook, but was steady with anger. "Mama, take your daughter. Go back to the village. I will take care of you from there, but you can't live here anymore." Tears filled Amara's eyes. "My son, please." Michael turned, eyes heavy with guilt. "No, Mama. My wife has been crying to me and I never listened. I thought she was being troublesome, but now I see she was only surviving. How could you both treat a pregnant woman like this, a woman carrying your grandchild?" He pressed transport money into his mother's hand, opened the door and said quietly, "Please, go." He shut the door, leaned on it for a moment and breathed like a man waking from a long dream. Then he turned to his wife. She stood there trembling. He walked to her, knelt and said softly, "Stephanie, I'm sorry. I misjudged you." Tears streamed down her face as she whispered, "Babe, please forgive them. They are still your family." But Michael shook his head. "No. No one has the right to disrespect my wife and turn her into a slave in her husband's house. I will still take care of them, but from a distance. Let them stay in the village and learn what family means." He kissed her forehead gently. "And you, rest. You've done enough." Then he picked up his briefcase, smiled faintly, and left for work, this time leaving not just a husband's promise, but a man's apology. Because sometimes love is not proved by who you protect, but by who you finally choose to stand up for.